and we are about 5 minutes out. And about 3 minutes out, everybody. All right, everybody. Welcome back to AlphaInfinity Tech. We are live on the rocks. And tonight, I am back. Almost in one piece. You can kind of tell I still have a little bit of the stuff going on here, but I'm working through it. And I am glad to be back with you guys. Back in the verse again. Back causing trouble. And that is exactly what we're going to do. So I don't know exactly how the night's going to go. I know that we have some things that we have to do. But the idea here is that we're going to get it all done. I have some work orders that need to be picked up and sold. So I think what we're going to do first is we're going to pick up a C2 and go do that first. And let's get the audio turned down here. And I'm going to get the game volume turned up from the streaming box. There we go. So you guys should have good game sound now. And then I'm going to get my music turned off on my side here. And folks on the stream, let me know how the audio quality is. It's been a while, and I want to make sure that you guys have good quality here. All right, so let's go see what we got going on down at the refinery. I believe I have a few work orders that have processed, hopefully. And Kugel, Gabe, welcome back, my friends. Glad to have you on. And if you're on the stream and I haven't said hello to you, say something in chat so that way I can see you. And like I said, for those on the stream, let me know how the audio quality is. I want to make sure that we're good here. And there we are in our yellow gray cat suit, folks. Looking good. And I have my mouse sensitivity turned down for you guys. A lot of smoothing turned on so that way you don't get sick watching the stream. And Gabe says, just got my first mole, crashed it 3 times already. Oh, man. Well, the mole, she does not handle well. And they have really nerfed it in the past few patches. It used to handle a lot better. Does not now. So nothing to do here. So what we'll do is, I do believe I have some stuff processing or processed out at Crew L1, a couple out there, maybe a few out at Miko 1, so we'll make a quick stop first. And thank you for the feedback, Gabe and Kugel. Glad things are sounding good on your end. I just want to make sure that we're good. And hopefully the stream is nice and smooth. We're streaming to Twitch and YouTube tonight. And let's go ahead and grab a C2 and head on out. So here's what we're going to do tonight. Essentially what we got going on is I'm going to pick up a couple of work orders and get them sold at probably wherever the nearest station is that I happen to be, the nearest TDD. And then once that's done, I'm going to come back to ArcL1. And we are probably going to do some mining on Lyria tonight. And then I may go ahead and hit the PTU and get some things rolling that direction. So looks like all we have is a star runner here, and I don't want to call up a C2. So what we'll do is we'll grab our star runner. She's nice and fast anyway. And we'll go grab a couple. I think I only have 2 or 3 work orders processing, but it's $500,000, you know. Mercury Star Runner claim. Isn't that interesting? Let's try this again.
Welcome.
Let's go easy.
Vehicle retrieval system.
What's happening, man? Glad to have you back on. You know, I usually don't get in too much trouble in a Star Runner. It's when I get the C2 out and I'm rolling with millions and quant refined product. That's when I usually get targeted. But I appreciate the offer. For now, I may call you up though if it turns out I have more than I thought. But anyway, glad to have you guys back on. So hopefully you're able to stream in let's see what options. 2160 is what we're hoping for here. So if you're not streaming in 2160, you should be. And that's on Twitch and YouTube, folks. So, okay, we're going to Hangar 6. And, you know, while I'm sitting here on ArcL1, I want to make sure that we are good on supplies. Backstar Brown, welcome back, my friend. Glad to have you. Glad to have you, man. And here is our beautiful MSR. It's been a while since I've seen this little ship. Oh, man, let's go easy. That sucks. You know, here's what I'll tell you. I will say that the Area 18 to ArcL1 run with refined products can be pretty dangerous these days. Your chances now are a lot higher than they were pre-317. Persistent streaming, more players, all that stuff. So things can get a little bit interesting out here now. But I've been doing some runs, you know, in the C2 and been really lucky so far, though I did get interdicted. I managed to get away. Probably interdicted by an NPC, but needless to say, it wasn't by an experienced pirate. got really lucky. I had a couple of million in refined product on board. That is never fun. All right. Let's get Game Glass up here. And we're running Game Glass on the iPad Pro. At some point in time, I'm going to switch over to dual Virpulse. And then I'll bind everything, the keys on the Virpulse. But I just need to figure out how to get the Virpulse on my chair in my office without getting too crazy. I'm running a Secret Labs gaming chair and super comfy. Especially for a guy like as tall as I am. Well, I'm not that tall. I guess I'd be short in the NBA, but I'm still in the 1% height range. But anyway, so I want to make sure that I can attach those to the chair, but move them out of the way when it's time to get into a keyboard. So anyway, folks, that is our beautiful MSR. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. And for those that are new on the stream, I'm running the performance overlay in the top right. And man, oh man, since I last saw you guys, things have changed in the hardware world. And we will talk a little bit about that because I have a lot of stuff going on. Okay, we're going to head out to Crew L1, Ambitious Dream Station first. I believe I have 2 work orders out there. Maybe. Can we set it? Can't set it. There we go. So we'll grab those first. Let's get the gear up on our MSR. Absolutely gorgeous ship. Look at that. There we go. We'll go ahead and head straight out. And then what we'll do is once we get those sold off. Yeah, look at all the people at Arc L1. I mean, it is absolutely crazy these days. Every time I come into Arc L1 now, just a ton of players. Okay. Let's not run into anything. Let's go ahead and get spooled up. We're running XL1, I believe, on my MSR. I'll check here in just a minute. And it'll be a nice fast trip. You guys won't be watching me in Quantum the whole time. But yeah, one thing I've noticed about Arco 1 is it gets busy. So Bexar says he made 3 separate quick runs in the Halo. 2 out of the 3 he found a unicorn on the second opportunity marker scanned. Wow. And Kugel's saying that he was able to mine in the belt too. Man, you guys are really tempting me to get out into the belt. I actually saw another content creator and he posted some stuff and found some stuff out in the belt too. So I wonder if the belt can be profitable. Now my question for you guys is, should I mine in the belt, in the PU or in the PTU? And actually, that's going to be my first poll tonight. So we can go into the PTU or we can stay in the PU later on. But I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to throw that poll question up first. It'll be our first one tonight. And the reason I'm bringing up mining in the PTU is because I'm interested to see if anything's changed. So you guys let me know on that poll. But meanwhile, back to the hardware side of things. So the 12900K is what we're currently running on this machine. And the nice thing about the Intel 12900K board that I have in here, I'm running an Aorus board, is that I can simply, instead of buying a new board, if I want a Gen 5 PCI, you know, the fastest of the fastest drives and all that stuff, then I could upgrade the board and slap a 13900 in there and be, you know, fairly happy. But you know, there aren't a lot of drives out there that can take full advantage of the Gen 5 bus, at least not the M2. There's 1 or 2 out there, I think, that are pretty good. But I don't see it really helping Star Citizen performance or Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 performance. And those are primarily what I run on this machine. I do my FPS stuff on another box with a 2080 Ti in it. I run the Flight Sim and then Star Citizen on this one. And so I don't see a whole lot of benefit to going with more bandwidth on the bus side, at least for the drives. So I'm thinking I'm going to keep the Aorus in here. I'm going to slap a 12900K in here, or sorry, a 13900. Upgrade the RAM from 32 to 64, and then blow a 4090 an RTX 4090 in here at the same time, and that'll be my upgrade for the year. Now, Kugel, let me know what about the fix. Kugel says they have a temp fix about removing the laser head, saving it, and then reinstalling it. Now that, I'd like to know more about that, Kugel, so let us know, man. And if you're just joining us, welcome to On the Rocks Live with AlphaInfinity Tech. I've been down with the sickness for a while, and I'm back. So, for those that don't know, I have a 5-year-old in kindergarten, and they bring home absolutely every nasty bug on the planet, unfortunately. And so once it decodes his immune system, it just blows through me like I'm standing still, you know. It's just crazy how sick I get. But anyway, back in business. Still got a little bit of the after effects going on, but I'm glad to be back with you guys. Okay, so we're almost at, we're just recalibrating. We're at Crew L1A. Man, that XL1 drive is so fast, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's what we're running. Let's find out. Let's go to power. And let's make sure we're stopped so we don't run into a droid. Let's go to items. And we're running the JS400, the Diligence, Cool Cores. There's our Panthers. FR76 shield generator. Oh, yep. XL1. There it is. And Adam, welcome to the stream, my friend. Glad to have you. Adam, let me tell you, I have been going through a major, I've been having a major internal debate on whether to go with the 7950X or the 12900K. And believe it or not, I actually had my 7950X ordered with a board and the whole 9 yards. And let's see, why can't we find our station here? Oh, there it is. Great. I had a 7950X ordered. I had the DDR5 6000 megahertz RAM ordered. I had a really fast Gen 5 M.2 SATA ordered. Everything was ordered. And then I saw the Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 benchmark and compared it to the 12900K, and it was like 1 frame per second difference. Now, where AMD really crushes the 12900 is on, excuse me guys, I got the sniffles still, is on things like rendering performance and Cinebench and things like that. Like there's a 40% difference, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the fastest gaming performance I can get. And so when I looked at the 13900 clock speed, and it will clock all the way up to 6 gigahertz, they say, but at least 5.8. And it's supposed to be 20% faster than the 12900, so that's why I decided to stick with Intel this time around. Even though I will say that my last gaming machine was a 5950X, and I was absolutely thrilled with that box. Really nice machine. All right, let's go ahead and get permission to land. So anyway, I ended up canceling my Ryzen 7950X order and I'm going to wait until the release date for the 13900. And that way, instead of building a whole new machine, what we'll do instead is we'll just slap a 13900 in here and stick with, and maybe upgrade the DDR4 to 5, and then throw in an RTX 4090, and we'll stick with this for another year until something else comes out that's a lot faster. All right, and so let's go ahead and get on the pad here, get the gear down, VTOL mode, and let's go grab some quant refined stuff, and let's get it in. And there is our beautiful MSR. You know, if the 7950X had done just a little bit better on the gaming side, you know, if there was more than a 10, you know, if there was like more than a 5% differential across the board, I probably would have gone with it. But I know it's crushing the 12900 on workload, but okay, there we go. Go ahead and power off. Let's go ahead and get the bay doors closed. There they go. Back out of the seat here. And what we'll do is we'll go pick up a work order. A couple of work orders. We'll sell them off. Not at Crusader. I am not going to go to Orison. We'll go someplace else to sell these things off, but not making a trip down to Orison, even in the freaking MSR, which is fairly fast. Maybe Area 18, maybe New Babbage, maybe we'll stop by MiC-01, who knows. And then once we get that sold off, we're going to do some mining. And it sounds like, from what I'm hearing from you guys, I need to do some mining in the belt tonight. So we may do that. 83% of you are saying stay in the PU. You don't want to see PTU mining tonight. It looks like 317.3 is in the PTU right now. And I'm always curious what surprises we have headed our way. But if you guys want me to stay in the player universe, then that's what we'll do. All right. Just so we don't have any weird shenanigans that happen out here on the pad, let's go ahead and close up the MSR tonight. And so that way it doesn't get stolen or something else weird happens. And let's go ahead and run back up. The ramp is going up, right? No. Let's try hitting this button again. And you guys will have to be patient with me. I still have the sniffles a little bit. My voice is still a little bit messed up, but there we go. And Adam says that, actually, let me get caught up here. Kugel says, I tried it today and I was able to mine 2 rocks that would be glitched. They also said you could exit the ship and enter again. Interesting. And Adam says, I used to be Intel and NVIDIA for many years due to CUDA requirements, but now I'm mainly Linux and can only recommend AMD Radeon personally, and especially if you want to run GPU pass-through. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fanboy of either Intel or AMD, so I'm open to either processor, whichever one provides the best value and the fastest performance. And so, like I said, I had a 7950X on order, and it was ready to roll. It was going to be here actually tomorrow, and then I canceled it once I dug a little bit deeper into the benchmarks. And like I said, for me, it was really the Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 benchmark that did it for me. It was only 1 frame difference between that and the 12900K. And like I said, if I wanted to use it for DaVinci Resolve or creating content or doing real workload type stuff, then I would definitely have gone with the 7950X. But for pure gaming, I think I'm going to go with the 13900 this time around. And plus, I don't have to build a new machine or upgrade everything. I can just literally pop the cooler off the CPU, drop a new CPU in, and be back in business. And as a matter of fact, the Oris team just released a new BIOS update within the last month that makes it compatible with the newest processors, so kind of cool. And like I said, if I thought I was going to need more bandwidth on the bus with the M.2 SATA, if I thought that Star Citizen or even Microsoft Flight Simulator would take advantage of it, I would probably have done it, but I don't think they are. You know, right now I think these drives are pushing 4 gigabytes per second across the bus, at least on the Samsung Magician test that I've done, so fast enough.
Hey, back again.
All right, so we're supposed to have some work orders here. Let's see what we got. Yep, we got 2 completed, 21, 23, and so we'll go ahead and throw these in the Star Runner. There we go. And there we go. Logos, welcome back, my friend. Glad to have you on board again. Yeah, I've been under the weather for the past few weeks, still trying to recover. You guys know how the latest virus goes. Once you get it, it doesn't go easily. And Adam's asking if I recommend Untangle over something like OpenSense. I like Untangle personally. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it over something like OpenSense or pfSense as a firewall. I think they're all good. The reason I like Untangle is just because of the support and the reporting is really easy. So really good firewall. It WAN balances really well, especially if you have 2 gigabit connections like I do. And so I can when I'm streaming, I throw my whole house on the other WAN interface, and then I dedicate this one, my second WAN interface, to just streaming. So that way I'm not competing with iPhone uploads or anything like that for bandwidth. All right, let's go ahead and grab our MSR and get the heck out of Dodge. And it looks like we're at 93% on hydration, so we're doing pretty good. There's somebody in the universe right there jumping around. Okay, so we're going to grab our MSR. We'll go make sure we can. I wonder if we can see our cargo. We'll find out real soon.
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
But yeah, Untangle has good support. You do pay a licensing fee. It's not free, you know, so it's, I don't know what their home license is running these days. I think it's $50 a year. So 5 lattes, basically. And yeah, Untangle does IPS, IDS. It also does intrusion. It has the whole intrusion detection system built in. And now it has a threat management back engine built into it as well. So, and you have the ability to block whole countries by GeoIP. And I know that that's not exactly incredibly efficient, but you know, I have Russia, North Korea, Iran, some of these other countries blocked where a lot of this stuff seems to be coming from these days. Of course, you know, most of the malware seems to be coming out of Israel these days. But anyway, yeah, it's really easy to use. So it's just the UI and the user friendliness of it. But I think pfSense, OpenSense, those are great firewalls. All right, so let's go ahead and get this closed up. And there's our Quantanium. I know you guys don't. I know this is your favorite thing to see. Look at that, crystalline minerals. You know, the funny thing about Star Citizen is sometimes when I'm running, it'll be full up to the roof with boxes. And sometimes when I have 7, 8, 9 work orders, it'll just be 4 boxes. And that's it. You just never know what it's going to be. All right. So let's go ahead. We're in our MSR today. And we're going to make a quick stop at MIC-L1, make sure we don't have any work orders there. And then we're going to head back to the TDD, sell them off, and get moving. One other thing, Adam, and I don't want to bore everybody to death with networking, but I run several VLANs on my home network, so I make sure that my foreign camera system, my IP cameras that I have deployed can't phone home, so they're on their own VLAN that doesn't have internet access. And you know, I have a guest network that's on its own VLAN that can't talk to other devices on that VLAN. And, you know, so I have everything VLANed off, and it's really, if you're running ubiquity networking stuff at your house and Untangle, it integrates really nicely. Super easy to use. Okay, let's go ahead and fill up with gas here. And while we're waiting for that to occur, we'll take a quick run out to MIC-L1. Pick up some more work orders. And Adam, thank you very much. Appreciate it, my friend. All right. Let's go ahead and get the doors open. Get spun up. And for those that are new to mining, my recommendation is always, you know, when you have refined product on board, the name of the game is expedience. You want to make sure that once you're outside the hangar and you're vulnerable, you just want to make sure that you have everything that you can check the box on is done. So communication, spinning up your drive. Obviously, you can't calibrate until you're aligned, but that should happen pretty fast. And that way, you're not spending a lot of time out in space. You're spending most of your time in Quant and not wasting a ton of time, you know, where griefers can get a hold of you. All right. So let's just go ahead and move this direction, and we'll spin up. And we're running the XL1 in this guy. So what we're going to do here is, there we go, and we're off to the races. Just because people at ArcL1, I've been getting shot at a lot at ArcL1. It doesn't matter what ship I'm in, what I'm doing. It just seems like there's a lot more griefing going on. So you just want to get all your prerequisites out of the way, especially when you have valuable product on board, and get into Quant as soon as possible. And all right, guys. So it looks like just based on it looks like 75% of you want me to stay in the PU. I do have the PTU loaded up, so if you change your mind, let me know. But I think what we'll do is I'll ask. I'm gonna go ahead and end that poll question now. It looks like we got 8 votes on that one. So what we'll do is I'll ask you guys if we want to go ahead and start mining. We're in the belt. So Lyria or the belt, one or the other. And I'll let you guys decide what you want to see tonight. Okay, we're going to ask now. Let me know. We're going to do both. It sounds like the belt is starting to be profitable again, just on what I'm seeing on our Discord server, what I'm seeing out there in the Star Citizen universe. I know for a couple of weeks we had a lot of frustration going out into the belt, tons of unscannables, having to bedlog 3, 4, 5 times, switching regions, you know, Australia, USA, Europe, and just a lot of frustration out there in the community with a lot of unscannables. So it seemed like the server just wasn't assigning resources to rocks, and people were getting pretty mad about it and giving up on it and spending most of their time on the moons of Microtech or out in Lyria instead. But the nice thing about the belt is you're not going to get jumped out there. So it's just it's a pure profit equation. Belt mining is, you know, you don't have to worry about griefing. You don't have to worry about anybody messing with you. And it's nice, relaxing. You can throw on some chilled out music, whatever that may be for you, whether it's house or jazz or D&B, whatever it is, whatever your flavor is, and just crack some rocks and make a lot of money. And Logo says you can hang out close enough most of the time to stay in station gun range while you align extra protection. Fantastic idea. Yeah, you want to stay in the zone so that if people shoot at you, the station will try and take them out. And hopefully, what I've been seeing a lot of is ramming, you know, stuff like that. So. And Arc L1 just seems to be the center of the universe for trouble these days. So they know we're mining out there. They know what we're doing. They know we're making runs. And all the pirates, griefers, you name it, they're hunting Lyria, hunting Arc L1, waiting for the Arc L1 to Area 18 drop-off point out of Quantum, trying to snare people in between, especially if they spot you in a C2 or something else leaving Arc L1, they know what you're doing. So, you know, you just want to be careful. Another piece of advice for everybody on the stream is you want to make sure that when you're doing your runs, you want to try and do them not on a weekend. So in other words, save up your work orders, and if you want to transport them all at once, you can. You know, if you can handle the risk and the loss in case something bad happens. But my suggestion would be do your refining runs to the TDDs on weekdays during the day, or maybe in the morning if you can, or maybe in the early evening, but not generally on the weekends when everybody's on, and try and avoid doing it during events. All right, we're waiting on the cooldown. We're going to go check out Mikael 1 real quick. And then let's take a look at our poll. Looks like a lot of you guys... let's see what's happening here. Okay, there's the station. A lot of you guys are saying that you want to see some belt mining. Wow, okay. So what we'll do is we'll put some thrust behind us and get into the zone here. And let's make sure our prediction indicator is not putting us in a structure. There we go. And let's get permission to land. And you want to land gently when you have refined product on board. You know, it's still volatile. All right. Looks like it's just now telling me. And it is beautiful out in the Microtech portion of the universe. Been very successful mining on Clio and Calliope. Euterpe, they have some big rocks on Euterpe, but you better bring some friends. If you're in the mole, at least. And even in the prospector, you're going to burn through lots of hydrogen on Euterpe. The wind is just so brutal out there all the time. All right, let's get slowed down. Get our gear down.
Landing gear down.
And let's shoot into the hangar here. And we'll put her down nice and gentle. Let the doors come down. And I think I have room for maybe one more work order here. I believe on the MSR. There we go. And then what we'll do is we'll drop this stuff off at New Babbage. That's the TDD we're going to hit. We'll sell it off, and then maybe we'll head back to the Arc L1 portion of the universe and make a belt run. I'm going to do a really short belt run out there, just so we can see how things are doing out there. So we're not going to do like a 40 million mile round trip to the belt and back. We'll do a 10. Okay, there's our refined product. Digital, welcome back, my friend. Glad to have you on board. Yep, still recovering, my friend, but we're getting through it. All right. And there's our beautiful yellow Aero Gray cat suit. We have the orange, we have the red, we have the silver, the blue, and the yellow. Interestingly enough, I'm noticing people doing, in this particular armor set, people are doing bunker runs and this stuff, trying to hold the security station in this armor. Very interesting. All right, we're going to head up to the lobby, head down to the refinery. And Adam's asking if there are any rocks for Prospector and Euterpe, the only one in my home system. I don't mind. So Euterpe, yeah, you can hit rocks down there, no problem. It's just going to be windy and it's going to be brutal. But there were some big rocks out there, and I mean there's some stuff that you can. Oh, we have a star lifter out here, isn't that interesting? There are plenty of rocks to crack on Euterpe. It's just I'd recommend. If you're newer to mining or you don't have a ton of experience mining, I would go out to Clio or Calliope first. That way you can kind of gauge the wind and what it's going to do to you and kind of get used to things, because it will move you around. And you'll notice that your thruster output is at 90, 100% all the time, just to stay in place on Euterpe. It seems like the windstorms on Calliope come and go, and the same holds true for Clio. Looks like we're just holding a solid 30 FPS on the box tonight. Pushing 41 Celsius at 365 liters per hour of throughput on the coolant for the processor. Just running straight up air cooling on the RTX 3090. I don't water cool graphics cards. All right, let's see if we have anything sitting out here that we can pick up. Yeah, we got 2 more work orders, so let's go ahead and we'll collect this one right here. It looks like a 3059 and a 3058. So those were both Euterpe, or I'm sorry, those are Calliope and Clio runs. Yep, and I'm out of space. All right, so what we'll do is we'll just let that one sit for a while. So we should have roughly 700 and something thousand on board of refined product, and we'll go sell it off. And I have a lot of mouse smoothing turned on for you guys on the stream. That way I'm not making anybody car sick watching the stream here.
Contoba, please report to management as soon as possible. Contoba to management.
And Logo says that Bezdek and Lathan loot boxes usually have the gear in it for anyone looking in game. Sweetness. And Adam says that Lyria has not been well the last few days, which kind of sucks. It's amazing how they spawn certain amounts of quantanium, and you would think that it's all done automatically, but I think they're pulling some strings behind the scenes to get things done. And so when they want to move more stuff out to the belt, then
retrieval system.
they make sure that the moons are not putting out. Okay, there's our MSR. Let's go ahead and grab it.
Stand by.
Like I said, the belt was terrible for weeks.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the
And now it looks like it's coming back. And now Lyria is being reported as not being great. Okay, there's our beautiful MSR. Let's get up the ramp here and get it closed. And look at that, folks. We added 2 more work orders. And everything looks the same. Still 5 boxes. All right. Let's go ahead and jump up the ladder here. And we'll run down to the TDD real quick. Should be a quick trip. I wasn't going to put you guys through a Orison TDD run. That would be cruel. That's not any fun. And then once we get the TDD run done, we'll take the MSR back to Arc L1. And then from there, we'll choose a belt destination and we'll hit the belt first. And digital, I think that Kugel83 mentioned something about fixing dead rocks in the belt. So, but I don't know if I saw exactly what the instructions were. So you guys let me know. Something about maybe you could leave the ship, which I've never had any luck leaving Prospector in the belt. But is there another way to do it? Bring those shields up. Get our drive spun up here. Select New Babbage as our destination. Nice thing about these FR86s is that, or these 76s. 76s or 86s, these military grade A shield generators. The nice thing about these is that they tend to do really well on recharge and they come up quick. All right, we're calibrated. So what we'll do is we'll shoot over to Microtech, sell off our product.
Quantum travel engaged.
And Digital Zero, yeah, let me know. Go EVA, move until you get the message that you've left the ship comm channel, come back in and rescan, and that fixes it, huh? Very interesting. Well, I have to thank Kugel and Digital Zero then for letting me know. So you have to wait until you've left the Prospector comm channel, then you head back in. I always slip and fall going back into the stupid Prospector in the belt, but we'll give it a shot. And then Kugel's saying remove the laser head, save, then put it back on. Interesting. All right, here we come into Microtech, folks. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get moving here. There's New Babbage. There's a ship right there, so we want cooldown to happen quick. And we want to get our velocity all the way up. And the nice thing about the XL1s is it cools down really fast. We're already calibrated, so let's roll.
Quantum travel engaged.
And Digital saying, Adam says, no thank you. I tend to forget my helmet. That's a good point. All right, folks, and here we go. Coming into New Babbage, my favorite part of the universe. It's absolutely gorgeous out here. Get you guys a nice outside view here. Get into cruise control. Let's make sure we're in cruise control. There we go. And we'll head towards the hangars. Which I believe are that direction. And then I'll get you guys on an outside view here, looking absolutely gorgeous. So anyway, I'm looking forward to throwing a 13900K in this machine and upgrading the video card. So we'll throw a RTX 4090 and then we'll do some benchmarks. You guys will be able to see exactly what kind of frame rates we're getting. As you can see right now, CPU utilization is at 35%. I mean, the 12900K never works that hard in 4K. If I were running 1080, it might have worked a little bit harder, but it's really the graphics card that gets beat up when you're running in 4K, and you can see that's running 60, 70, 80%. So what we'll do is there's New Babbage, looking good with the MSR in the background here. Look at that. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and see if we can get permission to land. And there's the nice water effects. You get that condensation. You're coming into a really cold climate, but the hull of the ship is really hot, so the stuff just melts on your windscreen. Really nice effect that they did here. And there's New Babbage right there. Beautiful glass buildings. Look at that. All right. Let's go ahead and get the cruise control off and decel. Pitch up the nose a little bit, see if we can get a landing spot. Hopefully I'm in the right area here. It's been a while since I've been out to New Babbage. You know, this does not look correct. So let's go ahead and gain some altitude. And let's go find our hangars. Oh, I didn't realize that you can land right at the commons. Isn't that interesting? One of these days when I don't have you guys on a stream, I'll have to remember where the commons is exactly. Because honestly, I've never looked for it outside the hangar, or outside, but I'd really like to land at the commons and just run in and sell and come back out. That'd be really cool. F spaceport. Interesting. That almost looks like. Let's go ahead and get up in altitude here. Taller buildings with red lights. And there's the spaceport right there. Right over here, so that's directly ahead of us off my nose. So follow tram line from the spaceport, stay left at the fork. It takes you right there, and there's a surface entrance. Interesting. And Adam's saying, not sure if you can sell if you don't land in the hangars. So that's an interesting point. Oh, look at that, folks. Isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous, isn't it? And so it looks like the commons should be right down to my right, off my starboard side. Looking great. Pulling a solid 30 FPS externally here. So it should be to my starboard side, down right below us. Oh, okay. So Digital Zero saying it's where you pick up ground vehicles. Very interesting. Awesome. All right. Contact ATC to land. And we'll just go ahead and do it by the book this time. We'll store our ship and... Oh, look at those
Please
ice
proceed
effects.
to
Isn't that
side
gorgeous?
landing bay.
The 5 domes are the commons. Okay. Sweet. Let's see if we can get a bay here. Looks like we got a hull A right in front of us. And for those that are new that don't know, you can just hit V. You don't have to lock people up. And there's our... But anyway, if you hit V and you scan them that way, you won't lock them up and they don't know you're scanning them. So just a little bit of advice there. And here we go. We're going to go ahead and decel. And look at these beautiful effects right here. You know, Star Citizen, very buggy. It has its quirks. But I have to say, it is a really beautiful game. And they do the environments really, really well. So we're loaded up with a lot of quant here. So we're just going to take it nice and easy. Get into VTOL mode, put the gear down. And for those that don't know how I do vertical bays, this is how I used to sit here and hover. I'd pitch up, I'd hover, I'd go to an external view, and then I'd go, do a vertical descent. Now I just go nose down, straight at the wall, nice and slow, keep our velocity low, and then I pitch up once I get to this point right here. And then we'll set it down nice and gentle, nice and easy. And there it is.
Shields on.
And there we go. All right, let's make a quick run, sell off our product. And Adam has said, always want to check that, but get too lazy, and if it doesn't work, I have to go back. Yeah, I mean, I think you can land at the commons and sell product. I'll have to, we'll have to try that out. I'll try it out off stream, and I'll get back to you guys on that. I don't think that's the first time I've heard that, so I do believe Digital Zero is correct that you can do that. But just to be extra safe tonight with you guys on the stream, then we'll go ahead and just do it by the book. Get our bay closed up here so we don't have any weird shenanigans that happen. And the other thing I like about New Babbage is it's always nice getting footage of ships out here because the landing bays are really well lit and they're beautiful. But one of these times, maybe by the next stream, if I do a bunch of hunting for Quantanium out on the moons of Microtech and I have a bunch of work orders, as a matter of fact, I have another work order I need to take down here anyway. What we'll do is we'll just park out by the commons, park our ship, and see if we can do things that way. And looks like 79% of you are saying the belt is what you want to see. So what we'll do is we'll just head on down to the Metro Loop. Like I said, New Babbage is just my favorite spot in the universe. It's just so beautiful out here. But part of me also, because I live up north, I like snowy environments anyway. So, but in the universe, this is one of the few places that the Star Citizens haven't ravaged. And Area 18 not looking so great. They overbuilt on that one, so that planet looks terrible. Orison's a gas giant, not fun to be at all. And Lorville, totally polluted. And MSR, Logos is saying the MSR needs an access elevator. Amen, brother. Amen. Absolutely. The MSR would be so much more enjoyable to do runs in if it had And for those that are new to Star Citizen, when you get to this point, you don't want to go to the Aspire Grand. That's a hotel. You want to go to the Commons. And so that's what we'll do. And we'll sit here and wait for the countdown. Oh, and Adam says, I did start getting impounded because of you, and now I'm addicted. 7 minutes on the clock, and I don't want to walk. I'm with you, man. It's, you know, the 5,000 AUEC penalty that you pay, or having to wait out the countdown timer. It is totally worth it not to lose a full load of Quantanium. Either in your mole, like I did. I lost over $500,000 in unrefined product on my mole when it danced around in the hangar. Or in your prospector, you know, if you lose 250 grand, that sucks. So I always say get impounded. And Digital says Logos, they're supposedly working on that coming soon. So Logos, I'm not going to be too pessimistic here, but I'll just say maybe another $500 million and maybe another 10 years down the road, they'll add the elevator to the MSR. And I didn't say that out loud. That was my inside voice. I apologize. I shouldn't have said that. And Gig and Talk has told me on Twitch this exact same thing, that you can land at the Commons and take the surface entrance. So thank you for that. And for those that are new, we're streaming on Twitch and on YouTube tonight. Both places. And for Adam, just for you, buddy, I have Untangle up as we speak. I'm always watching the firewall dashboard, make sure nothing crazy is going on. Watching the in and out on both my gig interfaces. And Gig and Talk says, and Gig and Talk, if I didn't pronounce your name correctly, I apologize. But if I am pronouncing it correctly, thank you for that. He says you can park on the lake and then go and sell your refined product. So good to know. I am going to do that for sure. Give that a try. And especially for those of you who have mined with me out at the moons of Microtech, you know, anything you can do to save time, you know, we'll take it. So that way you don't have to go through this deal. Now, technically, I could land, I could hangar my ship, I could log out, log back in, and I'd already be at Aspire Grand, but I think you still have to catch a tram to the Commons. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to head over to New Babbage Plaza. And for those that are wondering how I get really nice smooth frame rates, as you can see here, I'm not doing anything crazy. We're not prioritizing P cores over E cores or doing anything like that on the 12900. It's just a standard Windows 11 installation. I'm not doing any page file magic or anything like that. No. The only thing I do is I turn off. What is the Windows version of Siri? I can't remember. Cortana. Turn off Cortana, and that's pretty much it. There's our TDD right there. So we're running 32 gigs on this box. And I used to be one of those guys that was knee deep in config files, BIOS, overclocking, trying to get every little bit of performance I could. And I just want to spend more time playing and less time tweaking. So, all right, here we are at the TDD. Let's go ahead and sell off our product. And then we're finally going to get some mining done. And it looks like you guys absolutely want me to go out to the belt. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so here we go. Here's our Quantanium. It looks like we have 731,456. And Gig and Talk says, yes, he parks on the lake. Very nice. And Digital's saying you can leave the engines in the Prospector on and still board it because of the ladder boarding mechanic. Leave the engines on. And Adam's saying 5,000 AUEC. Yep, and it's totally worth it. So we're going to sell. And there's another 731,000. And so I'm feeling a little bit more secure about life in the Star Citizen universe. I only have 5 million in the wallet right now, but 5.3 million. So I'm not going to go out and buy an 890 jump or anything with that, but at least I have enough money for some armor and some ammunition and maybe a hot dog or something, right? There we go. And there we go. So that is our sell-off right there. So we'll catch the tram back, pick up our MSR, and get the heck out of Dodge. But I used to be one of those guys that spent a lot of time overclocking. And here's the conclusion that I've come to. If you have a slower machine and you're trying to get every bit of performance out of it that you can, and you can't afford to buy something newer, which is where I was at in my younger years, then more power to you. But one thing I have learned is that generally overclocking leads to more heat, and more heat generally leads to shorter lifespan and less performance. So, you run into your thermal barriers on your processors, and they slow down the clock speeds automatically, and your performance is actually worse. So unless you have a really good cooling mechanism, and with all the water cooling stuff out there now, you can get away with a lot, but I'd stay at stock clocks, and I don't overclock my RAM. I don't do any of that stuff anymore. So I slap the motherboard in, I put the RAM in, the processor in, get my loop going, make sure that we have good flow, and then as long as my processor is staying at 40 Celsius or below, I'm a happy guy, and then I go off and I do some gaming. And Adam says, get 2 of those yellow drinks. Adam, great minds think alike. Check this out, man. Let me get up here to the tram, and I'll show you what's happening. Check what's in my inventory. I always carry 4 Cruise Luxes at least. They do hydration, they do sustenance. As a matter of fact, why don't we just go ahead and take care of this little problem right now? We'll drop the helmet. And the nice thing about this is you can carry a bunch of these in your leg armor or in your core compartments. And this takes care of both. And you can buy these at any refinery. That's even the better part. And then even the better part than that is you can buy them in bulk. The only bad news is we're going to have to litter today, but that's okay. Can we get our helmet back on time? There we go. Even made it into the train. How nice is that? So we're on the Metro Loop. We have a happy Star Citizen. And now it's time to go and crack some rocks. So we're going to pick up our MSR. And I would do some belt runs in the Microtech portion of the universe with you guys just because of the 2% refining bonus. But we're going to spend a lot of time in Quant. And it doesn't matter, which drive you're running. I mean, these are long runs out here if you guys have looked at the Air and Halo mining maps. And so what I'd rather do is I'd rather go back to Arc L1. I mean, that's where the party's at, right? And do some shorter runs, 10 million mile round trips instead of 40 million mile round trips out to the belt and back. And so that's what we'll do. We'll grab a prospector. And the other nice thing about the belt is generally you're not going to run into rocks that are too big to mine in the prospector. So you don't have to worry about, taking a stampede and a surge and, a bunch of other stuff with you if you don't want to. You can load up on extraction modules if you want, or, basically just take a brand. Then you can double stack your extraction modules for a faster extraction if you want. I'm going to go ahead and load up with the Stampede and the Surge just so I can speed up the process of braking, but you don't have to. All right, we'll grab an elevator here. and looking beautiful. And if you guys aren't watching in 2160, make sure you hit that gear icon on YouTube and hit that source on Twitch, and make sure you're watching us in 4K tonight. All right, here we go. So we'll go grab our MSR, head back to Arkel 1, and then what we'll do is we'll grab a prospector and head out to the belt. And it looks like 75% of you wanted to start in the belt tonight. So we'll start in the belt and we'll end on Lyria. And here are the hangars.
Microtech, the Empire's
Welcome
leader in cutting
to the
edge
ASOP
technology.
vehicle retrieval system.
And which C2 do we have out here? I thought we had a C2. Oh, we're going to pay the fine on that. That's fine. Whatever.
That vehicle is currently
Pay the
impounded.
hangar fine.
Has been brought to a storage facility
I
impounded.
thought we had a C2 sitting out here. I guess we don't.
Your belongings belong to
Okay, Mick L1.
Keep a careful watch on all.
Let's go ahead and retrieve our
Vehicle
MSR.
selected. Stand by.
And
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
two Riger C3s and a Focus 3 and smooth as butter. According to digital, yep. And I've been itching to try out new configs in the belt. But with the belt being misbehaving, haven't been able to try anything new out. So, Hangar 14, by the way, for those that don't know, Hangar 10 at Mick L1 is still bugged out. And so, I had a C2 parked with over 1 million in product, and I couldn't retrieve it. If you try to enter the hangar, you'll fall through the floor, and then the C2 bounces around in the hangar. There's some kind of geometry problem going on there, and so I lost a lot of product that I had mined at the moons. And as you guys know, when you're mining on the moons of Microtech, you earn your product out there. So it was a sad day, and I totally forgot about the hangar bug. And apparently, it's been that way for a while. So something that they just can't seem to fix. And apparently, Hangar 10 is one of the few hangars where the C2 can be called. So I tried calling it and storing it and calling it and storing it, and it always ended up in that hangar. And tried logging out, logging into a different instance, and ended up losing all of it. So watch out for Hangar 10 at Mick L1, folks. Hey, Austin. Glad to have you back on, man. Yeah, I mean, you're a parent, so you know it's that time of the year when they bring home the sickness. All right, so we're going to do a vertical ascent here. Set Arkel 1
Systems on.
as our destination. And we're going to get the heck out of Dodge. Don't need to fuel up again. Just waiting for the shields to come back up. And with these FR76s, I believe, or 86s, they'll come up pretty fast. Let's get the hangar doors open. Shields are up. I think it's Hangar 10. It's either Hangar 10 or Hangar 14 at Mick L1. It's one of those two. But I believe it's Hangar 10. If you just do a Google search or do a search on Spectrum for Mick L1 Hangar 10 or Hangar 14, you'll see all the griping about it. All right, beautiful MSR, and check out the effects as you're coming out. You get the fog and the wind. How cool is that? Absolutely beautiful out here on New Babbage. Just love it.
And please visit again.
And we'll go ahead and pitch up and increase our ascent out of New Babbage today. And there it is. And so according to Digital Zero, what you do is you follow the tram line and you take that fork at the left, and there are the domes. That's the commons. That's where you can land, and then you can sell your product that way instead of having to catch the tram, the metro loop as they call it on New Babbage. Yeah, and Austin, I was telling everybody on the stream, once the virus decodes your child's immune system, it's like the parent has no chance. So I don't know what it is, but okay, we're gonna try and increase our velocity. But yeah, it hit my whole family too, and he brought it home first, and then I got it, and then my wife ended up with it. And we've had multiple actual things hit us, so it's been a real joy, let me tell you. All right, we're calibrating.
Quantum travel engaged.
So Digital, what's happening is that when you call your ship in that hangar on MIC-L1, so for example, my C2, you'll walk out of the elevator and immediately fall through the floor and you'll be stuck. And the only way, you'll be stuck halfway in the floor and you can't proceed onto your ship. And so the only way to get out of that situation is to log out and log back in. And then the other bad news is that if you have a large ship, there's only a few hangars that it can be called to on MIC-L1. So for me, it kept getting called to hangar 10, I believe. And because the geometry's off or there's some other bug that's going on, the ship starts bouncing around in the hangar, and I had $1.5 million in refined product and it exploded. Austin, I wish we had some kind of technology, you know, like Star Trek has the transporters that with the biofilter, you know, maybe when you walk into a level 4 biohazard lab, it sprays stuff on you. I wish we had that at our houses sometimes, but I guess the good news is if you get it early in the season, maybe you won't have to fight it off when the holidays come around. All right, so back to Arc L1. And then what we're going to do at that point in time is we're going to go mining in the belt. And there is our beautiful MSR with our polar camo paint on it for you guys. Absolutely gorgeous. And with this XL1 drive, hopping across the universe doesn't take nearly as long. As you guys can see, we're already 20 plus million kilometers into our journey here. No big deal. And it sips fuel too, so it's not it doesn't eat through a lot of it like the VK00 does on the Prospector. And so pretty good velocity, pretty good fuel consumption, roughly 2 to 3 times faster than a standard drive. Saves a lot of time. And Hercules and Zenith says his 1-year-old wants his own A2 bomber. I'm just going to remind everybody on the stream, if you decide to buy an A2, I want you to make absolutely certain that if you decide to nuke somebody, make sure it's on the European cluster and in the middle of their playtime. Everybody who has an A2, make sure you hit the Euro instance. Especially during events. Drop all the nukes you can. Leave us poor folks in the USA alone. And don't bug the Aussies, but definitely go after the guys on the European server. And the only reason I say that is because there was a certain content creator that threw a big fit about getting nuked at Jumptown. I won't call out any names, I won't say anybody, but it was quite the spectacle. And I guess the A2, its only trick really is the tactical nukes. That's it. So it's an awfully expensive piece of equipment to be a one-trick pony. But it sure does make people mad. Or maybe it wasn't Jumptown, maybe it was a bunker mission, I don't know, but he got nuked and just absolutely lost his chili. So All right, and there we are. So we're gonna spool up, head to ArcL1. Looks like ArcL1A. And even after a 50 million kilometer journey, the XL1 only takes 18 seconds on cooldown. How cool is that? And Digital's like, whoever could we mean? Yeah, I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to call out any names, but you know, like I said, for you guys with A2s, please do make sure you hit the European instance during their peak time, and feel free to drop your tactical nukes all day long.
Quantum travel engaged.
And if I could ride along with one of you and record it, even better.
Quantum travel complete.
All right, and here we are. There's ArcL1. So what we'll do is we'll grab a prospector and we'll head out to the belt. We'll do a nice short run out to the belt tonight. 10 million, maybe 12 million round trip. And I'm gonna have to get out the old mining map, the mining spreadsheet that I kept for all my jump points in the belt, and see where we want to go tonight.
Quantum travel engaged.
All right, here we go. We're coming back into the danger zone. Back to ArcL1, where all the magic happens now. Wow, look at that. You know, we may have to take a look at that before we leave, before we hang her up here. Humble, what's happening, man? All right, let's hit the reverse thrust here. And that looks like our 890 jump right there. You know, I'm just curious to know how many of you on the stream actually want to buy this ship. I'm really curious. How many of you actually own the 890 jump, and how many of you actually want the 890 jump? I guess the one thing that is kind of nice about it is this hangar right here. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get out of his way just in case he decides to undock. I don't want to be anywhere near him when that happens and then get a crime stat. So we'll get out of his way. We'll go ahead and put the gear down, get into VTOL. And there's our hangar over this direction.
Down.
Looks like it's on the other side here. Watch out for the antennas. They've clipped me a few times here at ArcL1. And Austin says he's gonna wait for the 700 jump. Yeah, the 890 just seems, I don't know, seems like a nice to have, not really a must have. And honestly, the Carrack has a nice little hanger on it. Look at that. We got a Phoenix. We got a jump. There's just all sorts of folks out here. And by the way, you're going to see you're going to see Manuses now. A lot of heavily armed fighters. You know, just a lot of stuff going on at ArcL1. A lot of money to be made. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close this next poll question here in just a few minutes. And of course, the next poll we're going to put up is how many of you are looking forward to all the salvage stuff that's going to happen in 318. I was just reading up on that today, and it looks like there could be some good things, and there could be some bad things that come along with that. What's up, Crow? How's it going, man? Glad to have you back on the stream. All right, so we spent some time selling product. Sound like a drug dealer, right? We sold our product, our refined product, and now it's time to go out and crack some rocks. And you guys are telling me that out in the verse, in the belt, all we have to do if we run into a ton of non-scannables is exit the prospector, wait until you hear and see this message right here. You've left the channel prospector, AlphaInfinity. And then once I see that message, I re-enter the prospector and boom, scannable rocks. Let's go find out. And I'll tell you what I've been seeing on the Spectrum forums and elsewhere, Reddit, for salvage. In terms of the salvage stuff that's coming, it sounds like the big thing is that people are going to wait until you park at Jump Town or someplace else, right? And then they're going to come in and try and take your ship. All right, let's see which prospector is which. I have two of them here. One of them's supposed to be out at Crew L1 and isn't for some reason. All right. So we have an optimum module. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and throw a Brant, if I have any left. Surge, Vox, Brant. We got 33 of them. Okay. And then and Humble's saying there's more to it than that. You have to remove the mining laser and modules. Unequip, re-equip your mining head and modules first. At least that's what they say. Okay, well we'll give it a shot.
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a.
Goodbye.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and throw a surge here, and then we're gonna go something a little bit different. Instability minus 10. Resistance minus 10. Let's go and throw a focus in here and see what that looks like. So Brant, surge, focus. And we'll go ahead and call up this prospector, and then we'll go ahead and head out to the belt. I have to be honest with you guys. It has been a month and a half, maybe 2 months since I've been out to the belt. As a matter of fact, you guys have probably not seen, the last time you saw me on the stream in the belt was probably the last time I was in the belt. So it's been a long time.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Hangar 1. Off we go. And just a lot of people at Arc L1 now. A lot. And there's our beautiful money-making machine, the prospector. Speaking of prospector, Kugel83 was our lucky winner in our first giveaway. So he has a LTI prospector in his hangar now. When we get to 3,000 subscribers, we'll give away a ship every month. A ship or a vehicle. One or the other. We'll just do a monthly giveaway for you guys. All right. So, let's go ahead and get power on here. Let's go ahead and just for good measure, refuel and fix the paint scratches.
Systems on.
And then let's bring up our Aaron Halo to mining routes map. And I think our first destination tonight, I'm just going to look at this real quick. I won't bring it up for you guys on the screen because you guys already know this well enough. So we are at Arc L1, and the shortest route to Band 5 and back is going to be the Crew L5 run. So it'll be 5.7 million out and back. So that is what we will target first, just to be... And for those, you're going to get this. I wonder which drive I'm running on this prospector. Because normally I don't get that kind of message. I wonder if I put a Spectre in here or... I forgot to look. Yeah, we're running a Spectre. So... but we're not going all the way out to Crew L5. We're just going 5 million out and back. All right, let's get the bay doors open. Normally I'll run an Atlas or something else. But the Spectre doesn't have that kind of range on it. But it does have good velocity, I'm told. And let's go ahead and bring up our... We're waiting on that. We'll also bring up our little mining Excel spreadsheet here. And according to our Halo map, it's 5.7 million kilometers is our drop point. So we'll go ahead and get spun up. And try not to run into anybody. I'm just saying, Arc L1 is so freaking busy these days. Another prospector right there.
Thank you.
And like I said, we're not going to worry about this insufficient fuel. Notice we're only going 10 million round trip, so we should be okay. So according to this, we're going to drop out to band 5 at 39,461,000, and that's where we're going to try mining today. And Kugel says I should give away paints. Yeah, we may do that. Okay, 44 million. Now the Spectre is supposed to get you up to velocity very, very fast. So I'm interested to see how it works out for us. And even if we don't drop out exactly in band 5, we're gonna scan wherever we need to scan. We'll just... Okay, there's 41 million. $40 million. And it looks like this map needs to be updated, but you know what? We'll go ahead and get the mining head out, and we'll go ahead and scan right here. And we'll just get the party started right where we came out of Quant. And there's a Q type right there. 4631 on mass, so it's not huge, but let's see where we're at on instability. 360 on instability. We'll skip that one, and let's go ahead and come to... We may jump a little bit further in. Got ourselves an M to start off, so we had a Q coming right out, so that's always a good thing. And we're going to see how you guys, let's see how things work out. There's an E. And let's go see what this is. Is this our first set of unscannables? Is it because they're something worth mining? 3 of them. Yeah, we're not gonna take those home. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna spin up a little bit and we're gonna go a little bit further in. We'll go in 100,000 kilometers and we'll drop out. Let's try right here. Still not any better. Looks like our map needs to be updated. Oh, and Digital Zero says hold F and hover over the switches. So these right here. Which switches do we need to hover over? Is it these up here? The 3 vertical switches, the center console above your head. Huh, it does not appear to be working for me. I see consumables, so con 1, 2, and 3. And this is where you should be able to see, but it doesn't appear to be working. Oh, the laser has to be on first. Okay, good to know. Very nice. You know, it'd be even better is if they actually put it in the UI. Con 1, 2, and 3. Got it, guys. We'll try that when we get the laser head out. Alright, so while we're sitting here floating along. Oh, very nice. Look at this. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Very nice, guys. Thank you for that. Got us an E-type. And anybody on the stream know where the new Band 5 is and what the distance is to Crew L5? Because it looks like the mining routes map is a little bit outdated. There's 2 Q-types right there. No, I did not. I did not remove my mining head and all my modules, so I'll have to give that a shot. But let's see if we need to. I don't think we need to worry about that today. I think we're gonna take one of these home with us. So 641, and so both of these rocks are gonna be really nice. Actually, the 641 may not be as nice. So that's a 16%. But this one we're going to take home with us is 4631. Look at that. Right off the bat. So, for those that are new, we're going to get on the dark side of the rock. And the only reason I'm doing this is so I can see my HUD. I just want to see where this is what I want to see right here. And it's a little bit easier to see when you're on the dark side of the rock. And yeah, Austin and Digital and Kugel, thank you for this. This is very nice. You're not seeing, there's no consumable in Con 3, so that's why you're not seeing that. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Very nice, guys. All right, we're going to get into optimal range. We're going to start the night off. We're going to bring the laser up to full power. And you know what? I'm just going to throw a surge at it just to get the party started. I want to get this rock done fast. So we have a Brant in slot 1. We're going to save that for the frags. We're not going to do that on the main break. And for those that are just joining us, welcome on the Rocks live with AlphaInfinity Tech. Glad to have you guys with us tonight. Might as well throw a brand in it. We're not, since I have 5. It's not like they're expensive. And there we are, bringing up the charge. Nice. Man, it's been a while since I broke a rock in the belt. A 49% rock at 4631. That's going to be a moneymaker for us. So it's our first break of the night for those that are just joining us on the stream. Let me know what you think about the poll question. I'm about to close it down, and we'll back off and let this one break. And there she goes, folks. Beautiful, beautiful rock in the belt. That'll make us some money. You know, the nice thing I really like about the belt is I don't have to worry about breaking stuff up underground or worrying about something being hidden by something else. You know, everything is just easy out here. Belt mining is just so chill, so nice. And since we have some time left on our Brant, we'll go ahead and bring the charge up fast. And we'll get into optimal on this one. Make it nice. There we go. And you want to stay out of that overcharge if you can, because you'll inert your material. It seems like they really punish you in 317 plus now. But since I have that Brant consumable running, we'll just go ahead and use it and get the party started here on this first one. But this will be a nice, easy, chill run. No drama, no getting shot at, none of that stuff out here in the belt. That's the nice thing about the belt. It's just too cool out here. All right, here's our second fragment. And these are going to be nice, easy breaks. No big deal. No wind. No reason to keep an eye on your radar. You can focus 100% on the rock, no pun intended. Bring the charge up nice and easy. And here we go, folks. We're going to bring that second Brant online right now. Get out of that overcharge. And we're just going to bring up the optimal nice and gentle. So I want to know how many of you guys have been in the PTU. So I'll put that poll question up next. And then after that, we're going to talk about how many of you are going to upgrade to a 13900 K or KS. You know, whatever an acronym they want to put after their processor. I'm interested to know how many of you are upgrading your hardware this fall. We did a poll on our last stream about how many of you were going with the new RTX 4000 series. Actually, like 90% of you said you weren't going to invest at all. Here's another 936. So very nice fragments here. This will be a nice. This should be a nice 29 plus SCU. Back to Arc L1 tonight. And Austin says he should jump into a fighter, make it not so easy. Well, yeah, I am live streaming, so, you know, it does give me a little bit of a... It can make things a little bit more interesting for me, but... I have to say, after mining on the moons of Microtech and getting jumped on Lyria and getting interdicted from Arc L1 to Area 18, you know, this is a nice change of pace. The no drama mining in the belt. And I know Humble, this is how he makes his living in Star Citizen, right here. This is his bread and butter. Out in the belt. Keeping things nice and easy. All right. So I believe that's it. I mean, how easy is that? Make sure we don't have something else sitting out here. I don't think I scanned this one yet. And sorry for the stuffy nose, guys. I'm still recovering from the latest kindergarten Cucamonga. All right, let's go ahead and break this one up too. Yeah, no, I'm sure I have a fan out there who stream sniped me. In fact, one even made a video about it. Made a big old love video. Then stalks me on my Discord server. Anyway, story for another time. All right, let's go ahead and get this party started right here. And I don't even think I'm going to waste a Brant on this fragment at 36%. Look at that, just floating out here, breaking rocks, nice and easy. Now on our last stream, we did a bunker mission. That was a lot of fun. And then we held Security Post Korea for a while. That was a lot of fun. Made a lot of money on that stream. You know, took in $1 million in quant. Maybe 500,000, I can't remember. But it was a nice fun night last stream. All right, that's our last fragment right there. Time to collect. So we'll get the party started at 9 o'clock and just work our way clockwise, and that's 100% right there. So we'll start with that one. Then we got a fast drive, Humble. No reason to scan first. That makes life too easy. I mean, geez, between scanning first and then getting impounded, I mean, there's like no risk at all involved. So we're already up to 7 SCU. What an easy belt run that was. Not even in band 5. Which, you know what? I think I'm going to ask a different poll question. Because there is quite the debate in the mining community going on right now. You know, it's been kind of a good rule of thumb that if you want to find the good stuff, you go to band 5. Higher density, more rocks, more opportunity markers. But the debate is that Quantanium spawns in all the bands 1 through 10 equally. That's the debate. So I'm curious to see what you guys think, especially veteran miners out there. And if I had a mole crow, then yeah, I would break the other rock, but I'm gonna be full. This'll give me a 32. Okay, so we're gonna see if we can find any other 100%ers here before we take that on. Yeah, if I were out in the mole, I would have busted both, but I'm not. But anyway, I'll ask the poll question. Is the Quantanium density the same in all bands? Or is it the highest in band 5? And I'll get that poll question up here in just a minute. I'm curious to see what most of you think. Look at that, already up to 29 SCU. And you guys are about to see every miner's favorite message. Here it goes. Get ready. There it is, guys. Cargo full. All right. Let's go ahead and set our destination back. Nice, chill, easy mining run so far. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end the current poll question. 70% of you wanted me to go to the belt. 30% wanted me to go to Lyria. So we started out in the belt for you guys tonight. And so for our new poll question, is Quantanium density the same in all bands? All right, and here comes a question for you guys right there. And meanwhile, we're almost back to Arc L1. Plenty of fuel left over. All right, so you guys let me know on the poll question, is Quantanium density the same in all bands? And I'm curious to see what everybody thinks. You know, the wisdom has been that band 5 is where the money makings, where it's all at. But I wasn't in band 5, ran across a 49% rock. You guys saw me hunt for a total of 5 minutes, and I found 2 nice rocks. Well, a nice rock and a sort of nice rock. Google says it. He thinks it depends on having a glitch for scanning. All right, back to Arc L1, and here we go. Not even into our countdown timer that much. And Humble, I am reminded once again why you like being out in the belt so much. Okay, and there we go. And last but not least, and so we'll spool up, calibrate, get impounded, get our work order rolling, and then we'll head back out to the belt again. Nice and easy. No stress, no worries. Austin, glad to see you back on, my friend. Hopefully your family starts feeling better, and hopefully you can avoid this mess that seems to be going around the schools these days. Hope to see you again soon, my friend. Glad to have you on again. You know what? That looks like a great hangar to get impounded on. Let's do it. And for those that are new to mining, if you're ever wondering how much time you have left, just deploy your mining head right. And we have 9 minutes left. Plenty of time. So we're in VTOL mode. We got our landing gear down. We're just going to snuggle up to the bay real quick. And as long as these hangars are buggy, I'm just going to keep getting impounded. So we'll hit the brakes, come in nice and easy, and we'll snuggle up right here. And of course, getting pad griefed is always a risk, but unfortunately the risk of that is lower than the risk of your ship blowing up if you land in a hangar, exit the ship, and then the thing starts bouncing around on you. So we'll kill the power here in just a minute. And that way we don't have a powered up ship when we come back out to the hangar. We'll get our refinery job going, and then we'll wash, rinse, and repeat. And here we go. And there we are, floating. There's our beautiful prospector, running a different paint on this one. And you know what, Kugel? I was thinking about your paint idea. I think that's a great idea. And there she is. Absolutely beautiful. All right. And there we are. We're impounded. And we're back in business just like that. So we'll wait for our HUD to come up here. And of course, I'm running in. Sometimes you do run into this problem where you can't move. And that is the issue that I'm having right now. But with the vehicle impounded, the load should be safe. So what we'll do is I'm not able to move. So nothing's happening here. Not able to move forward. So what you do in this particular case is you just exit to menu. And then what we'll do is we'll just pop right back in. So if you ever run into that problem, that's how you solve that problem. Yeah, and digital, it's happened to me twice. So it's happened to me a couple of times. Like I said, we'll just pop right back in. It'll put us in the bed. We'll head down to the refinery. Our Quantanium will still be on our prospector, hopefully. And that way, all will be well. And then we're going to change suits. We're going to get into a different color suit tonight. So instead of running the usual gray cat yellow, maybe we'll run the cherry or the orange or the silver. We'll see here in just a moment. Anyway, if you're just joining us, welcome to On the Rocks Live with AlphaInfinity Tech. We're live tonight. Been out for a couple of weeks, and we are back. Make sure you answer that poll question. I'm curious to see what your answers are to that. I want to know how you guys are thinking about the belt in all of its glory. And actually, we need to go back this way. I don't know what I'm thinking. You know, the common wisdom is that band 5 is where all the money is at, but there's kind of a debate going on in the mining community, and they're saying that band 1 through 10 could have quantanium, which is true, but the debate is around, is it equal to what you find in band
Been
5?
noticing leaks in processing.
And as you guys just saw, I was definitely not in band 5. I was in a very sparse band and found 2 rocks right away. So let me know what you guys think on the poll question. And let's go ahead and get a new work order going. And anybody know when the next patch is dropping? I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start paying money to get my work orders done just a little bit faster. So $31.99 refined, that's best pace, that's best case scenario right there. And I'm going to pay the little bit extra money to get it done in 14 hours and 13 minutes. And there we go. And it looks like on the sustenance side of the equation, we're doing great. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here. And let's go ahead and switch out suits. I think tonight we're going to go ahead and roll with Cherry. But before we do that, let me get my cruise luxes. Drop them back in inventory here.
I need someone from maintenance to get the ventilation control. Ping me when you get there.
And then we'll grab our prospector, load up, and get back to business. And let's find our legs here. Where are they at? There's orange. There we go. From yellow to red. Humble's saying next patch is at least 2 weeks out. Oh, and Digital's saying silver, huh? Okay. All right, well, let's change over to silver. Let's do it.
Cantonment to management.
The only reason I'm asking Humble is because they put, you know, they made the PTU live, so it's out of Avocati. And they made the PTU live. And generally, you know, things are getting closer when that happens. Okay, so let's go silver legs, silver torso, and silver arms. I don't believe I put those on yet.
Need a hazmat team to head down to the subdeck. We got a chem spill.
As you guys can see, I have way too much armor sitting out here. It's just because Arco 1 is kind of the area where I spend the most time, and so I end up buying a lot of stuff. And for some reason, I do not have my silver Arrow Gray Cat arms, so we'll just run a mix. Because they do not appear as though they are here, which is kind of weird. Oh, wait, here we go. There you go, Digital. All for you, man. But one thing they do during patches, it's almost a certainty, is that if you have any work orders processing, you will lose them. And there is our beautiful silver gray cat suit. We'll get a better look at it when we get out of the elevator here. Like I said, so much activity at Arkel 1 these days. There you go, Digital. There's that silver suit for you. Looking good. All right. Let's go ahead and stock up our prospector again. I'm going to go ahead and unequip the mining laser. And since we did that, it unequipped everything else. So we'll re-equip it. And let's go with... Can you buy Rigers? Can you buy the Riger C3s at Arc L1? Somebody let me know in chat. So we had a Vox, we had a Focus last time, so we're gonna replace that with a Vox C3 module. Let me see if we have a Vox. Yeah, there we go. And I'm gonna keep the Surge. And for now, I'm gonna roll with the Brant. So we'll try this loadout. And if you can buy Rigers, so that way. Oh, so I need to save. Interesting. Okay. Man, things are getting so crazy these days. Okay, so unequip, save changes. Then, so you gotta unequip all that stuff.
Welcome.
You gotta call the ship.
Vehicle retrieval system.
Oh, save before you re-equip, then call the ship. Okay, well, we'll try that.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
So we saved it. We unequipped it. We saved it. Now we're going to re-equip it. And we'll go through this little dance. So digital saying only at crew L1 and her L1, so good to know. All right. So we'll throw a Surge in there. And a Vox. C3. Save. Okay, so we unequipped, saved it, re-equipped it, saved it.
Welcome.
And let's go ahead and call it up.
Vehicle retrieval system.
And I'm just going to head out to exactly the same spot I was last time. I mean, there's no mystery here, right?
I'm sorry. That vehicle is
Pay the fine.
That vehicle is currently in
Not a big deal. Retrieve it.
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle.
All right,
has
we'll
been
try and get the
delivered to
process
following
right next
location.
time, Humble, and when we come back. But in the meantime, we're going to go make some more money here. So that was a $500,000, sorry, that was a $250,000 run that we just made out to the belt and back. Nice and easy. And we're going to do exactly the same thing. There's our beautiful silver suit. And I'll give you guys an external view here as we're entering the ship. And let's go ahead and get powered up. And head back to the same place we were last time. We'll drop out. And Evan, welcome to the stream, my friend. He's asking if we have to do this every time, and that is a question for my veteran miners on the stream, because I'm not sure if this is required every time. And it looks like it's not going to allow me to refuel here. So what we'll do is we'll find a pad real quick. So we'll select Crew L5 as our destination. And then the nice thing about this bug that happens both in the Mole and the Prospector is that we can just find a pad right here at Arc L1 and fuel up on the pad. All right, we're going to take off, get our gear. Actually, we'll just leave our gear down. Gotta watch out for those antennas. And let's go ahead and pop up here. We'll pop over this way. I always forget where the pads are because it's been such a long time since I actually landed on one, but there's one right there. So we'll just head down, get our prediction indicator where it's supposed to be, not run into any structures. And then we'll pop right down here on the pad, and that should allow us to refuel. And the only reason I'm going to refuel is not because I necessarily think we have to have it. I just don't like running close to empty on quantum fuel. So let's go ahead and set down nice and gentle right here on the pad. And it wouldn't allow us to refuel and fix the paint scratches in the hangar. So we're just going to do that right here. Nice and easy. Okay. And now when we go to the maintenance services, there it is, fixed. And we'll wait just a moment for that and then go back. And Kugel's saying that since it's not an official fix, they're guessing yes, you have to do this each and every time. So it seems to be a workaround for the non-scannables in the belt at the moment. So we'll lift off nice and gentle. Remember that we got nice big structures above us. And we'll get the drive spooled up, stay away from these antennas and structures. And then once again, we'll drop out at 39 million and some change. And off we go. And Evan's asking, is it still best practice to have the ship impounded because of the quant timer issues? Absolutely. You want to get impounded pretty much every time now. And I do every single time without exception. And actually, Humble's got a great idea. While the timers, you know, you can pay the 5,000 AUEC to get your ship out of impound, or you can just wait out the timer, which is usually about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, and go get some bounties. You know, if you have a bounty hunting ship on available in your hangar at that particular location, go get a couple of bad guys, make some money doing that, and then by the time you come back, the impound timers run out, and you can get your ship back for free. All right, almost there. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to drop out at 39,100,000 and some change again. And let's go ahead and get our mining head deployed. And once again, we are not in a dense part of the belt here. And let's see if we can find... You know, that other nice thing that I miss about the belt is you just get these asteroid types back at distance. It's so nice. So... For some reason, let's get our speed down here. E-type, a double E-type right there. I'm just going to scan all these opportunity markers real quick. And for those that are new, all we're doing is bringing our scan angle from 2 degrees to 360 degrees. So 360 on the initial scan and get the opportunity markers to pop. And then at 2 degrees once we find them. Okay, we had some M-types right there. And I'm just going to kind of head towards the sun here, and we'll see what we can see. Maybe we'll get lucky again, maybe not. That's a P-type, so we'll point back towards our destination indicator here. Get our speed up. Scan like crazy so we don't run into anything big, hard, that will kill our ship. And then we'll just kind of float along here until we find something worth taking home. Got a P-type. And if I don't find anything soon, I'll just jump in further. There's an E. An M. Looks like a non-scannable right there. And so we'll just point back towards the sun again and head that direction. Nice and easy. No drama. No worries out here. And we'll go ahead and blow through all these opportunity markers. Get them at distance so it spawns a new one. Keep scanning like crazy so we don't hit a big hard asteroid with our prospector. And scan like crazy. There we go. Let's go ahead and pitch up and we'll scan this guy as we fly by. Not getting anything back on that, so I'm not going to bother. If I get a signal that doesn't come back, I don't get too excited about that. And we'll go ahead and get the velocity down here. Another single. Okay, let's spool it up, jump in a little bit further. No reason to waste our time. We're not finding anything. And we'll jump in maybe 10, 15,000 kilometers. And let's get the party started again. Get our scan angle back out to 360. Get our mining head deployed. Okay, got an E-type. We'll go full stop right here and scan everything around us. Non-scannable. Non-scannable. The belt treated me so nice the first time out. There's an E-type. And let's go ahead and just do a full 360 scan here. Make sure we're not leaving any money on the table. Yeah, that's the same one we scanned last time. And let's go ahead and head into the sun again. And Evan's asking if band 5 is still the party band. And Evan, look at the poll that we just put up a few minutes ago. We just asked that poll question. We're asking our veteran miners what we think here. And I have a triple here. I'm going to go check it out. Can't tell what it is. Yeah, it's not quantanium, so we don't care about that. So we'll just keep flying towards the sun and scanning like crazy. Doubles, let's go check that out. Might as well scan all these while we're flying in that direction. Single. P-type. So we got a type back on that one. So we got doubles at 2,000 meters off our bow here. So I'm just gonna fly by them real quick, slow down, and see what these are. I think you guys might know, but we'll fly close to them anyway. So we have 2 unscannable rocks. So we're going to try this method out. So what is the method here? Do I power off and then exit the ship? Do I leave the power on, exit the ship? What do we do here? Humble's saying I have to back up to about 1,200 meters, okay? Okay, we're at 1,200 meters, 1,270. And I'll just leave the power on, get out of the chair here. And woo, we're floating in space. Look at that. And we'll wait for that message that says I've left channel prospector. And there it is. Just floating out here in the middle of space. Okay, back to the prospector. No clue what's happening, my friend. Glad to have you back on. Just in case anybody's wondering, we're trying this non-scannable rock fix. Oop, I hit the wrong button. Don't want to close it. So we'll just try and head back in. That was a nice easy entrance. Enter the pilot seat. And let's see if we can scan our rocks.
Extraction mode on. Mining mode on. Mining mode off. Extraction mode on. Mining mode on.
Looks like this workaround is not cooperating tonight. Or I didn't set my ship up right or something.
Extraction mode on. Extraction mode on.
So we have ourselves a couple of non-scannable quantanium rocks here. So I think what I'll do is spool up and jump a little bit further in. And we'll go about 200,000 further towards Crew 05 here.
Quantum travel complete. Extraction mode on. Mining mode on.
And it looks like we ended up too far. So now what we're going to do is we're going to head back towards Arkel 1 and be about I think we need to be about 6.1 away, but we'll find out. Yeah, we're about 200 something thousand kilometers too far. Yeah, and I'll check out the video on Discord, guys, on how to do this correctly. I'm sure I missed a step or did something wrong, and I'll check it out.
Quantum travel complete. Extraction mode on. Mining mode.
Apparently, I missed the memo on how far away we're supposed to be from Urco 1, too.
Mining mode off. Quantum travel.
And Stan says, I hope they fix the issue soon. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Because this could get pretty frustrating. All right, let's get our mining head deployed and see if the belt is going to be fruitful for us on this trip.
Mining mode on.
E-type. Q-type. And let's go ahead and scan this one while we're at it. E-type. So 4631 on mass. What's it going to be on instability? 713. That looks like a pretty decent rock. What do you guys think? 26? I don't know. Let's do the math on this real quick using the calculator. And let's see how much money's in this little rock right here. So there's a Quantanium calculator available online, and it allows you to put in the mass and the percentage, and it will tell you exactly how many SCU you're going to get. And on this particular rock, it's 171,000. So I think I'm going to pass on this one, and we're going to keep on looking.
Extraction mode on. Mining mode off.
Since we have so many opportunity markers out here, maybe we'll get lucky and find something that's a little bit higher in content. Or maybe I'll end up with a ton of non-scannables and I'll wish I would have broken that one, but that's okay. We'll find something else here. Okay, we got more E-types out that direction. M-type out that direction. Lots of opportunity markers now. We're closer to Man 5, if not in it right now. More doubles. A triple P-type. And so we'll use the Humble Monk method, and we'll just point direct. We'll use the sun as a point of reference here, and we'll head straight into it and start scanning and see what we can find out here. Okay, we got ourselves an M, and so I'm just going to keep the sun on my nose. And as usual, the belts being the belt. There's the Q-type we already scanned. There's an E. A single. So back into the sun again. and they all disappeared on us. And when you're heading in the sun, you want to make sure and scan like crazy because you don't want to run into stuff. Another non-scannable. Got a quad out here. Just curious to see what this is, so I'm going to go ahead and fly up to it. And double at 12. So lots of stuff not coming back now. And the belt was just so nice to us on the first run. Let's go ahead and scan all these while we're floating along here. Triple P type out that direction. And let's see what these four are right here. Oh man, I think I know what you guys probably know what these are. We got ourselves a quad unscannable batch. Look at that. And Stan's asking if I tried the mining gadgets lately. I have not. Stan, I've been out of commission for a couple of weeks. So we have ourselves another quad unscannable set of rocks here. And since I didn't use the correct methodology back at the station, I'm assuming that just leaving the ship will not fix this. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed on and leave those four behind, unfortunately. But this is the frustration in the belt, obviously. And here's two more. I'm curious to see what these are. Not Quantanium. Oh, that's a big rock right there that I was about to run into. That's why you want to scan like crazy. Here's another triple right here. And look at all these opportunity markers. Let's see if any of them will come back. P-type, that one came back. That one did not. Another double in front of us. Got an E-type that came back right here. Let's see what's off on our port side at 11 kilometers. And if I don't get anything else, if I keep getting a bunch of non-scannables right here, we'll jump a little bit further in. Nothing coming back on that one. Another P-type asteroid. So we'll jump about 20,000 further in, see if we can get a little bit better results. So we found 2 and then 4 non-scannables. And Stan's asking if it would let you put a gadget on it to wake it up. That's a good question. I do not know the answer to that.
Quantum travel complete. Extraction mode on. Mining mode.
Okay, we jumped a few thousand kilometers in here. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop a bunch of these opportunity markers. And then this will be our last run out to the belt tonight. We'll do 1 to Lyria. after this. And if I keep running into this situation, we may end it sooner rather than later. Man, there's another 4 that just popped up. Correction 5. While we're floating along towards that, let's see if we can get this one. E-type. Another non-scannable. Let's go ahead and check these out real quick. Another E-type. Let's go see what these 4 are. I'm just curious. Or 5. And you guys know what these are. More non-scannable quantanium rocks. Another quad cluster right there that's not going to cooperate with us. So we'll point towards the sun here and start flying towards it. And see if we can get something out here to cooperate. We've now run into 2 clusters of 4 and 5 E-type, and have not been able to get them to scan, unfortunately. Another E-type. Go ahead and pick up some speed and put some distance between us and the last set of opportunity markers. Another non-scannable out there. Got us a double E-type. You know, the crazy thing is there's a bunch of stuff out here that will scan. It just seems to be the rocks that make money that won't. We're going to do this for about 5 more minutes, and if we don't find anything that cooperates, we're going to head to Lyria. M-type. Got a double E-type ahead of us that we scanned earlier. And for those that are new, you can't scan anything that's above 12 kilometers, so once it reaches 11.9, you can get to it. Another M. Here's one out at 12. Let's see what we got here. Another non-scannable. I'm starting to get a little bit pessimistic here, thinking that all the non-scannables are the money makers. Another non-scannable right there. Another non-scannable. Make sure we don't miss any of these on our starboard side here. 2 P-types out there. Looks like a P-type cluster. 3 more minutes. And then we'll give up on the belt for the night. Got a double below us that won't scan. Triple. Thanks, No Clue. Stan, have a great night, my friend. Glad to have you on. More non-scannables. Like I said, the belt was so nice to us on the first run out. Not so much now. E-type, so I've had no Q-types come back at all since we jumped into this location. And we found Q-types, it's just that they were not scannables. All right. I'm giving up on this for the night. Let's go ahead and head out to Lyria. Now to be fair, we did pull 250,000 out of the belt fairly quickly on our first run out, but for some reason right now, not cooperating. So we'll take our beautiful prospector out to Lyria. We did some belt mining tonight, had some luck. And so now we're going to go planet side and see what we can see. And Humble, what I will do is I will study up on the method that we need to use. The workaround, the temporary workaround, whatever we want to call it. And see if we can get that to work. And if I can get it to work pretty consistently in the belt, then I'll come back on my next stream. And we'll do some more hunting in the belt. And for those that just joined, welcome to On the Rocks Live with AlphaInfinity Tech. We've been out mining in the belt tonight, and now it's time to go and hit Lyria. And Lyria, according to some of the viewers on the stream, is hit and miss as well, so it's not treating people a whole lot better than the belt, so we'll go find out. And if you're not watching in 4K, make sure you hit that gear icon on YouTube and the source icon on Twitch and select 2160. And there is our beautiful prospector. I believe it's the Dolomite paint. I can't remember. It's not, I think the Afrit paint is a little bit darker. So it's not quite polar. And it's not quite dark gray. It's in between. And here we go. We're coming into ArcCorp. Plenty of quantum fuel left. And we'll go ahead and hit Lyria real quick. And see what we can see. Now, if my usual spot's on the dark side of the moon, I'll choose something different for you guys. And that way we could mine in the light. And it looks like it might be, so we'll find out. Maybe right on the edge of darkness there, but we'll go take a look. And generally, we do not run into the scan issue on Lyria. It's just that you get a couple of other things that are kind of a bummer. Pirates, griefers. Okay, so I'm going to point my nose off to my starboard side here and head towards the light. And that looks like a beautiful mountain range right there. So let's get our mining head deployed. And look at that sunset, folks. Isn't that beautiful? All right. And the nice thing about Lyria is that anything that comes back that's not a single is going to be Quantanium here. So let's make sure we get our prediction indicator up where it should be so we don't run into the planet. And we'll get up to about 1,500 feet of altitude. And we'll just scan all these opportunity markers as we fly by. We'll head into the nice sunset for you guys. And that way we keep stay out of the dark. And we'll just scan all these as we fly by. Keep our speed up. Okay, we got ourselves a single and we'll see what we can see. And one thing I have been noticing about Lyria is that it does take a little bit of time. You want to get further away from the drop-in point than you normally would. And then that's when things really start popping. And let me see if I can get off my accelerator here. There we go. Lots of singles. Gain some altitude here, and we'll keep kind of heading into the sun. Not too much different from the belt in terms of point of reference. Try and burn off some of these opportunity markers that we have behind us. And like I said, we're just looking for doubles or better. And it's not that singles can't be Quantanium. There are singles out here, but most of the time you want to just go for the doubles so that way you're not wasting too much of your time out there. All right. So we're just going to keep flying and keep popping these things until we until we get lucky. And we're getting the hydrogen fuel warning because we've been out in the belt already. And since I happen to be flying right by these anyway, might as well check them out. And the name of the game is Scan Like Crazy. There we go. There's a nice field of Quantanium for us right there. Makes me wish I would have brought my mole. Oh well. Now, the interesting thing about Lyria is just because you run into a nice field like this, it does not mean that it's actually going to be a fruitful endeavor. The Star Citizen universe seems to be messing with us lately. Us miners, that is. And they seem to be giving us a bunch of rocks that have low content, like this one right here. So we got a 3740 at 417, so that's going to be a waste of time. Got a 5841 at 620, probably a waste of time. %, so if I was in a mole, and there were a couple of them in here that were nice, a 2606, waste of time. A 5582, waste of time. A 6013 at 270, waste of time. So let's see. So like I said, just because you find a nice field like this doesn't mean that's going to be a decent rock. 24% waste of time at that mass. I may come back to that one though, just for the heck of it. 285, 2% waste of time. And a 4418 is the last, and that one's going to be a waste of time too at 2%. So we have a nice quantanium field here, or that would normally be a nice quantanium field. And what do we got? We got an 8% rock at 3740. We have a 17% rock at 5841. 24% rock at 3010. I'm just going to run the math on that one real quick. I don't even think that's going to bust through. I don't even think that's going to get us 150,000 on that one. At 24. Yeah, it's a $127,000 rock right there. Maybe this one and this one combined might do us some good. 6%. %23% at 2606. So like I said, if I was in a mall, this would be halfway decent. And a couple of 2%ers, unfortunately. So, there's not a single rock in here. I could break up this one, and we could break up, I believe, this one right here. Maybe come away with enough, and I think that's what we're going to try and do. So, this one though is going to require, unfortunately, even if we snuggle up to it, I think it's going to require a couple of surge modules. And thanks to the guys on the stream for telling me about this. We have 3 surges. We have 4 surges left. So we'll go ahead and use a brand on this one. We used the surge, and we're right below 6,000 mass, so I'm hoping we can hold the energy level long enough to break it. We'll see. I'm going to stay real still. Notice how we're saying suboptimal, where we're hovering right above suboptimal, and now I'm going to drop the energy level down just a little bit, and we'll go ahead and break up 2 of these rocks and see what we can get out of them. There goes the first one. So we got our brand going right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the energy level fast. That way we don't run the timer out on the fragment without getting some useful use out of the module here. And so we're just going to hold the energy level nice and slow. So what we're going to do is we're going to break up 2 rocks, grab all the 100% frags out of them, and hopefully between the 2 we should have more than enough to fill up our prospector, as long as we don't run into a bunch of fragments that are like 50% quartz and 50% quantanium. Okay, there goes our first one. Let's see what we got. There's our second one right there. It's only 10%. We'll go ahead and break it anyway. Not going to waste a module on this one. We'll save the module for the high composition fragments. And here we go. Keeping that optimal energy level up nice and easy. Bringing things up nice and smooth. And you notice it didn't take us a ton of time on Lyria to find some money. So there's a little bit here. Okay. Let's find our next fragment here. It's a 22% fragment. And I'm not going to waste a module on this one either. I really want to save those brants for the 80, 90, 100, 60 plus, basically. Trying to stay out of that overcharge so we don't inert some of this material. You guys see I'm on the mouse pretty good on this one. And it's just that time of day when our headlights are just too bright to turn them on. Trying to keep it in optimal. It's bouncing around quite a bit on me here, so just take it nice and easy. We're not in any hurry here. Got plenty of time, plenty of fuel. And then we'll go bust this other rock to our right. Okay, this is our last fragment. 19%. I'm not hopeful on finding a bunch of 100% fragments in this rock, but we'll find out. And trying to stay out of the overcharge. Don't want to be blowing away any money for any reason here. So, like I feared, this is going to be one of those rocks that's not going to be incredibly fruitful for us, but hopefully it'll be enough, along with the other one. And sometimes you can just get into these situations where these fragments are, you know, 50% this and 50% that, and there are no 100% quantanium fragments, and then you end up filling your cargo hold with stuff that you can't really use. All right, there goes that one. Make sure we don't have anything else sitting on the ground here. So we had one up here that was inert. Everything else is purple. $784, so that one's going to be 49. That was what I feared. It looks like there was something hiding right here that we missed. So let's go ahead and bust this one out too. That one's requiring quite a bit of energy. And guys, if you haven't taken a look at our poll question, do me a favor and take a look at that and give me a thumbs up on the video. I'm curious to know what you guys think about the belt, where all the money is. There's a debate going on right now in the mining community. Does quantanium spawn evenly across all bands, or is it just, is most of it in band 5? Is that where the money's at? Uh-oh. Got to keep an eye on that energy level here. And there that goes. All right. That should be the majority. There shouldn't be any more yellow left in this rock. That's worth breaking up anyway. Yeah, digital, we did try the EVA trick. Didn't work out for us, unfortunately. Okay, I believe that we're done on that rock. I'll come back and scan later. We're going to go ahead and get the party started on this one now. And so what we'll do is we'll bring the power up to 100%. And just kind of move things along for you guys on the stream. We'll hit it with a surge. That puts us in the green right away. We'll back it off, keep us out of the overcharge. And we'll just bring the energy level up nice and easy on this rock. There's a 24% rock, so there's roughly 170,000 SCU. Or sorry, 170,000 in quantanium in this rock, if we can get it. But the surge is really nice for two reasons. One, for big rocks, so for high mass rocks. Let's see if we can get our energy level back up here. Seem to be losing it all. And it's really good for speeding things along on even smaller rocks. So you get into that green a lot faster. Saves you time. It's worth the money to spend on it. And there goes that one. That one's going to break. And that's a 40% Quantanium frag right there. Oh, we'll get out of the overcharge here. Try not to blow up a rock on our face tonight. We did that on the last stream. We had a really big mass, 7,000+ mass rock that I tried to take on. Didn't work out for me. You got to time your surges just right on rocks that big. All right, and let's see what we got right here. Okay, that's gonna be junk. These are all purples. Okay, and I believe we have 2 yellows over here, so let's find out what these are. And then we'll start scanning and see what we want to take home with us. And look at that, nice and easy. Bring the charge level up. Not running my standard build tonight. I forgot to module up for Lyria. Normally I'd be running a Stampede, a Surge, and a Brant. Or possibly an Optimum module. Only 24% Quantanium in that fragment. Man. Normally I'd keep looking for better rocks, but it's not very often I run into a field of 6 or 7 that's just all terrible rocks. You know, usually there's one good one in there, but tonight we didn't have one good one. We had 2 mediocre. So that's why we're breaking up both of them. And there goes that fragment. All right, let's start scanning and see if we have any decent 100%ers in here. You can always tell when the instability number comes back. You want it to be 8 or higher, and that'll be a high composition fragment there. If it comes back at less than that, it's not gonna be very good. Look at that, guys. Just terrible. .97 mass, 0% instability. 116 mass. There's a 10 right there, so that's 100%. 33 mass. 4%, so not a great fragment right there. .919, that'll be decent, but not great. All right. So we're just going to scan all these. See if we have any more 100% fragments in here. 682. Like I said, you really want them to be in the 10 range. %. 40%, not great. 108 on mass, 844 on instability. It's okay, but not great. 61%. So this is what I was afraid of. on these type of rocks. Just not a lot of high composition fragments, unfortunately. So we'll go check out the other rock in a minute, and then we'll come back for the 100s and then the 60s and the 50s. %. Okay, let's go check these out. 0.01 on instability. Check that out. Just terrible. 100% inert. 769 will be an okay fragment. 47%. .591, not great. So we're going to be lucky maybe to see 20 SCU out of this. These two rocks combined, maybe. You'd think we'd find more, but not looking good. And they're small fragments too, to make things even worse. .181, 576, just terrible, 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 terrible.
Extraction mode on.
We got to have one 100% fragment in here, right? 81. That might be the best one in the whole rock right there.
Fracturing mode on. Extraction mode on.
216. So like I said, you see an instability of 1. That's a junk rock. Yep, 80% inert. So we have 16% and 23% or 24%. So that's probably going to be our best fragment out of this whole rock, unfortunately. Unless we missed something, and I'm going to double check this again. Yeah, 0.1 on these two yellows. Yep, and 75% quartz on that one. %. So we'll just start collecting, because I know I'm not going to find much better than that in this rock. 100% barrel. 100% inert. .47. So we'll head back to the other rock here in just a moment. Just terrible. 2 terrible rocks in a terrible quantanium field. Ay, 27%. It just gets worse and worse. And I'm pretty sure we scanned all these. So let's head over to this one over here. I know we had 100% in here somewhere. We'll grab that first. And even though we're into our countdown timer, we have plenty of time left. We're doing fine. Only 5 SCU so far, folks. So we found a field with 7 rocks in it. Oh, you know me, Humble Monk. I'm always pushing the limits. And plus, you know, the fast drive and 0.1% quantanium in that fragment. Might as well grab that one. 0.1%. What a joke. There's 100%. Nope, not that one. This one. But we learned our lesson. We probably just should have went and found another field instead of screwing around with this one. Still doing great on time. Not in any hurry. Oh, all these terrible, terrible fragments. Might as well pick up the 59%ers. Now I'm going to start getting less picky. Looks like there is something under the ground right there. Might as well grab these. Can't be too picky now. We're going to end up with a ton of junk, but like I said, about 20 SCU, if we're lucky, of quantanium out of this thing. Out of those 2 rocks. And we're down to we're almost full here. So I believe that was it for that particular section. So we'll just roll on over here and pick up the junk that had 40 and 50% in it. So let's scroll back this way. And that'll be it for that. So we'll end up with right under 20. Now those 2 rocks, unfortunately. All right, that's it. So that was our Lyria run tonight. Unfortunately, big quantanium field, very little composition. Spool up the drive here, and because we have a fast quantum drive and we're going to get impounded, we are doing great on time here. Off to the outer marker, or the orbital marker, depending on who you ask. In aviation, it's referred to as an outer marker when you're at an outer marker at an airport, but the debate in the forums is saying it's an orbital marker. And off we go. And this will get us back to Arkel 1 pretty quickly. And then we'll just get impounded and call it a day.
Quantum travel complete.
Uh-oh, gotta recalibrate. No big deal. And I'm just running into this, there we finally go. Wow.
Quantum travel complete.
So we'll fly in towards the red and yellow markers here. And still 9 minutes left on our countdown timer. So probably 7 minutes left by the time we're impounded. No big deal. Nice and easy. Kind of a junk run out to Lyria, but unfortunately that's what you run into now. Normally when you ran into a Quantanium field that size, it'd be a big payout, but unfortunately the way things are now is you might have a nice field, but most of the time you won't. Might be lucky to find one good rock. All right, we're gonna decel now. That looks like our hangar right there. Get our landing gear down, get into VTOL mode.
Landing gear down.
And we're just going to come in and snuggle right up to the hangar here. Wait for that hangar alert. There it is. And look at all the folks out at Arco 1. It is a busy, busy part of the universe now.
Thank you, and please visit again.
And once we get down to about 20 seconds, I mean, you can do it really anytime. It doesn't matter. I mean, some say 5 just to be safe. But what we'll do is we'll just drop our power here.
Initiating ship storage.
And then that should be about that.
Please vacate the area. Thank you for your cooperation. Initiating ship storage procedure. For your safety, please vacate the area. Thank you for your cooperation.
And there it is, folks. That's how easy that is. So let's go ahead and see how dismal our run out to Lyria was tonight. Can't move. Stuck again. And Humble's saying, yep, it's orbital since it's outside of atmosphere. And it looks like I'm stuck in this spot again for some reason. Can't lay down, can't move, paralyzed. So what we'll do, folks, is we will, since I'm still recovering from the sickness here, I'm going to call in a night early. But I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. It was great seeing everybody on. Humble, Digital, No Clue, Kugel, Evan, Stan, and the list goes on and on. Digital Zero, of course, James, Austin. Thank you, everybody, for joining tonight. Hercules and Xena. Glad to have everybody on. Logos, of course. Can't forget Logos Veritas. Glad to have all of you on tonight. Thanks for joining. And hopefully we'll be streaming later this week. And, of course, keep an eye on the channel for our next video upload. So, everybody, have a fantastic night, and we will see you again soon.